Hey, thanks for tuning in for our continued coverage here from day 3 of CMA Industry Week and an all-day showcase on BB distribution. And if I told you I wasn't looking forward to this particular session, I'd be lying, because this one's got some pretty cool characters. They'll be joining us. They'll be in the house with us. So let's just get right into it. We're going to go straight to the BB studios and bring in my boys. What's going on, Justin and Jeff?
Hey, man.
A whole lot of green going on.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to jump in with a couple powerhouses in the industry for sure, and a man that I credit the router bit revolution to.
The router bit revolution.
Absolutely. This whole segment is just about productivity and increasing productivity and making things better. Upping your level, upping your game when it comes to install essentials and shop materials that, in my opinion, are required now. Like
Absolutely.
it's just a requirement, like period. So we're gonna bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the all-encompassing, the rock star of car audio install and fabrication, Bryan Schmitt, and he's gonna do his little thing and introduce a couple cool characters for us.
So listen up, if you're tuning in now, fabricators, installers, technicians, if you're into this type of stuff, listen up, because this is about to go down. Certified badass before we even do it. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Bryan Schmitt, who's the owner of Mobile Solutions. What's going on, Bryan?
Hey, how are you guys?
Rocking and rolling over here up north. How's everything going down in Arizona?
It's good. It's good. A little stormy today, but it's still 60, 70 degrees. So
I knew he had to sneak that in. Of course he had to sneak that in.
We had snow.
Yeah. So, but our Canadian population is higher than ever right now. So we love you guys.
Right, that's good to hear. You heard the intro, of course. Your name is synonymous with improving the life and skill set of fabricators, because you've got some great products to help them do that. And on today's session, the title of this session is Sound Shield and JK Tapes. Can you break that down for us real quick, what those two brands are?
So, we'll start with JK Tapes. Jeremy Katz, super good friend of ours, and he's an innovator. He is meticulous about his details, and we've been friends for a long time. His products are second to none, and they just our whole community of thinking is we all have the same kind of DNA. Is we want to push to the next level, be more efficient, have tools and supplies that kind of lend to that. And I think that Jeremy's products are no exception. I mean, we sell a lot of his products, all of his products here through Mobile Solutions, and all over the U.S. and obviously BB Distribution does it for Canada. Jeremy's awesome. He's one of the best, and he's definitely carved his niche into hot rods and radar and tons of other categories. But he's a good friend of mine. And Sound Shield, Sound Shield is really John Schwartz, and it's his baby. He's had other stuff in the past, and we kind of got together a few years back, and John and I we definitely love what we do, and you'll see his passion for the product and his knowledge is unbelievable. And he practices what he preaches in his own store, and that's super cool to see that he's selling the product. He's very diverse in that, and John's just amazing. He's first-class guy. I love him dearly. Both these guys are super good friends of mine. So hey, I hope that's enough. Let's bring them on and see what they have to say.
I mean, who wouldn't like an intro like that from Bryan Schmitt? Let's see, guys, BB, Justin, Jeff, is there a preference of who we'd like to start with?
Yeah, let's start with John.
All right, let's bring John on. So, John Schwartz from Sound Shield about to join us. You gotta like that intro, John.
Oh man, wow, big bro! Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Why don't we take a quick 30 seconds to a minute? Tell us about who you are and how you came to be with Sound Shield.
Well, yeah, so I'm John Schwartz. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska. So I kind of got a mixed history all over the industry. So I've been in the game about 31 years, worked at a couple of shops, and I joined CompuStar back in 1999. Then I ended up taking over Perfectionist How to Sound, and then we built a pretty amazing shop. Met Bryan back in 2009, and brought him up, and he helped step us up with our fabrication and kind of teaching us a lot of stuff. And then I had another company that is similar to SoundShield that we created because we needed something better for our shop. And then kind of left that company. And in 2019, me and Bryan decided to start SoundShield together. So, you know, I wanted to do something premium that I want to use in my shop. And I felt like, man, if I love it this much, everybody will love it as much as I love it. So we created this beautiful thing, and it's very profitable, and it works perfect the first time. And so, yeah, that's how it happened. So we created now we have 3 different products now that we're really proud of.
All right. Well, we're definitely going to spend some time talking about those products. And I think the takeaway from here is, look, I mean, these are the 2 guys that have produced this product. Their minds got together, their willpower and everything else. So know that, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, just based on this conversation, that these products are engineered from fabricators themselves, which I think is an important message. So where do we want to start with the SoundShield line, Justin?
Let's kick off right with the original SoundShield. I think that's what we're having success with. That's the game changer in the industry right now. That was the first to market product for these guys, and the rest kind of trickled down, which is cool. I think, you know, it's really cool that they're identifying opportunities that have always existed, but no one's ever thought of it, right? And that's the innovation behind this company that's really driving it. And I mean, you know, Bryan Schmitt is the innovator, period, when it comes to this industry. And you know, with John and SoundShield, it's just growing, and it's all solution based, and it all makes sense, and it's all reliable, and it works. Plain and simple.
All right. So I'm going to break this conversation now. So I'd like to get some input from both of them. I'm going to go back to you, John. You know, Justin mentioned the base product, which I'm going to assume we're talking about the sound dampening material.
Right. Yeah. So all of our products are sound dampening materials. So the original product that we use, it's a 3-layer product. So you have your butyl rubber, you have foil, and then you have your foam, closed cell acoustic foam. So the butyl, you know, it's a beautiful virgin butyl that we use that helps with resonance on the panels. You have the foil for high frequency noise rejection, and then you have closed cell acoustic foam, which absorbs all the sound. The reason for this, you know, they come in big sheets as well, 20-inch by 79 inches or 1 square meter or 11 square feet. You know, it's something that in our shop, you know, we're a pretty high volume shop, and, you know, we were basically using other materials, and it was like double the work. You know, we would do a car and then we'd have to do it again to try to get more sound out of it. And then, yeah, there you go. So that's our pro material there. And basically, we just got tired of doing cars over and over, so we needed something better. And this material, when me and Bryan started SoundShield, you know, I went back to the factory and literally was like, we need to, you know, start from the ground up. So we created a new adhesive. It's called a pressure sensitive adhesive. Very, very strong adhesive. And we got, you know, the best rubber we could get. We got the best foil, changed up the closed cell acoustic foam. So this material, it's great. It's a humongous profit center. It's the foundation. You know, it's great to start with this. And I feel like a lot of shops, this is a great place to start with everything. You know, if you're selling door speakers, change the environment, and sound deaden the vehicle is going to be huge. And, you know, anything, commuters, people that drive a lot, you know, it's nice to be able to put that in the car to work with road noise, you know, if they're on their Bluetooth a lot, things like that. So that probably is 95% of what we sell, because it just works so well. I mean, you get rid of resonance, you get rid of road noise. I mean, instant gratification for the client. You stick it in, it doesn't come back. Great stuff.
I like, well, everybody loves one-way sales that don't come back. That's for sure. Bryan, I'd like to draw from your experience a little bit. You know, there's a lot of products, similar product in this category out there, just like anything else. So I'd like to hear from you why you feel SoundShield is, you know, your preferred choice. Oh, your mic is muted, Bryan.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. There we go. Yeah, I've used a lot of different products in the past, and you know, I think the adhesive is the biggest seller for me. Is just, we don't have to worry about it delaminating, and like John said, you know, the 3 different layers, it's awesome stuff. But beyond that, I feel like our marketing, our support is really cool. The brand has a lot of cachet, from our displays to the people who use it. And it's really the top tier people in the industry across the board. From in North America alone, we have the best builders. We have the best car guys out there, from, you know, Chris Pay to Jamie Shu, Spokane Audio, Katz. There's a lot of guys that use our stuff and they believe in it or they wouldn't buy it. And they buy a lot of it at a time. And our sales have just exploded in the U.S. this past, couple years. So you're seeing popularity gain, and people even, they're kind of picking like, hey, I want to be aligned with the best. And, you can see the brand awareness on social all over the place, to support that. So I think that, it's a great community, and we have a ton of new stuff in store and programs and just things to help guys be more competitive in the marketplace with this. So it's good.
I will add to that. And, you're talking about influence, right? Basically, and association. And if you go online, whether you're going on Facebook or Instagram and you see some of these top builds from these top names that you just dropped, right? The SoundShield logo is there in the background. And most of the time, they're in their build, it's there. It's like subconsciously attacking you every single time you Google this type of stuff. So there's no question in my mind. And I do think that will translate to a certain amount of customers, especially the customers that are in the higher end market looking for that top quality, custom fab deal. So I'm going to throw it back to BB, both Justin and Jeff. Where else do we want to go with this? Because obviously we have the two guys here. Is there anything we want to dig in on when it comes to the SoundShield product?
So I want to dive in quick with John just on the two most recent products. We have the Rapid, which is a super cool idea, probably one of my most favorite simple ideas ever. It's just unreal. And then we have the Slim, which is also the thing that I really like about the Slim, to be honest, as a dampening product is the feeling and the texture of it is very OEM-like. It's not just the glossy foil, the soft butyl. It's very, very OEM-like, and I really like that. And I'm sure John can elaborate on, where their mind was going behind this, because it definitely does not feel like any product that is available right now in the 12-volt industry.
All right, yeah. So Rapid is definitely one of our favorite products. I think that being you guys are up north and then I'm in Alaska, it's pretty cool. It kind of works out for us because there's so many uses for it. So what we did is we took our closed cell acoustic foam and we chopped it into 2 inches by 15-foot strips, and then you get 2 rolls in a package. And the reason we call it Rapid is we literally want you to wrap anything that rattles or things like that. So originally the idea was to wrap harnesses, and then you could cut a strap and you'd wrap it and then strap it to itself, and then you could strap harnesses to the wall. Other things we started coming up with, if you're doing big like the floor or the ceiling, you could actually use it to seam the edges of things. But then we started looking at it more, and then like let's say you're building an acrylic enclosure, you're doing a wood box with acrylic window, you can use it as a gasket tape for that because it's super sticky, and then you got like a nice gasket. A lot of us use that 3M double stick, and that's kind of messy. Let's say you got a remote start, you're going underneath the dash and you put so many wire ties on it and it doesn't seem to it still rattles against the bracket. So you can wrap the corner and wrap the bracket. Now it's foam against foam, You got you're putting a deck install in, and then you got all those modules. Like how many modules it takes to put a deck in now. Now you can literally wrap the modules. Like, some of the old school guys will wrap it with carpet. You remember that? We'd wrap it with carpet and electrical tape, shove it behind the dash. Now you can, use Rapid.
Right. I never did that. Nope, not me.
Yeah, nobody did that, you done with that box? Let me get that scrap.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rapid is something that literally, 1,000 uses. I do, like we do a lot of amp racks, behind the seat, so a lot of times you'll get like a baffle board or a piece of wood to mount to the braces, but now you can put Rapid on the braces, and now you have a gasket between the wood and the metal of the car, so you don't get any kind of weird rattles and things like that. So just so many uses for Rapid. So you got a waterproof closed cell acoustic foam with pressure sensitive adhesive tape that's just awesome. And then when it comes to Slim, so Slim is our pure rubber product, much thinner than the Pro stuff. And it comes with 2 sheets, and you still get the same 11 square feet, but it's just cut in half for you. So that's a kind of like the original old school stuff back in the day, but we, instead of it being out of like asphalt or something, is made of rubber. And really that product came out more for upholstery guys. A lot of these guys that are doing interiors, they need something thinner, but they still want really good resonance fighting. So that's what Slim is. Slim is a great, very purpose-built product. A lot of guys will do Slim on the interior of the door, then they'll do Pro on the outside. So then you kind of get multiple layers of different things happening. You could do Slim. Yeah, you could do Slim, and then you could do Pro right on top of it and kind of go back and forth, things like that. So, we're trying to think like, I feel like in the industry, we got two huge profit centers left. We got remote start because we own the data. And then we have sound editing because you can sell a lot of labor and you make good margin. And then you don't have to have your baddest fabricator to do it. Your shop guy can do it and you're earning a lot of money. And what other product gives you instant gratification more than sound editing? So
very, very well put. I must comment on that. To be able to use the same product, which is originally for audio. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Car starters up here, man, that's a huge deal for us. And the rattle, man, we've done everything to try to eliminate that rattle. Guys, I know we're really tight on time, and we still got to bring on Jeremy Katz and talk about some JK tapes. I want to thank you so much, John, for joining and sharing with us a little bit of insight on the product on SoundShield.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We'll definitely hopefully have a chance to circle back and go do a deeper dive sometime.
Yes, sir. Anytime you're ready, I'm here for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to bring on Jeremy Katz because Bryan did a great job already introducing him. Let's bring him on the show. What's going on, Jeremy?
Hey, how you doing?
JK tapes. Justin, I'm going to throw that back to you. Talk to us a little bit about that and what that's all about, and we'll throw it to Jeremy to expand.
Yeah, I mean, JK tapes. I mean, coming from someone who's from the Bay or from the install Bay, tape is a big deal. The way it tears, the way it stretches, the way it'll leave black gunk all over your hands when it's 2.5 years old. This kind of stuff matters. So, we all started off with Tessa, and then when I got the chance to meet Jeremy and Jeff got the chance to meet Jeremy, and we started talking JK tapes, it just made sense for us. Coming from someone that uses it in a practical application every single day, day in, day out on high-end builds, you practice what you preach, and that's really important, So, like I said, to have people like Bryan vouch for Jeremy, and to have Jeremy himself, who, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't think there's a person in car audio install that doesn't follow JK Designs on Instagram. Like, I just don't think it happens that way. So it's really cool to kind of be partnered with these guys and just know that, I talk about it a lot as brand confidence, that this shit's there, it's just designed to work and do exactly what it does, and don't ever have to lose faith in it.
Well, I love what I'm hearing. Jeremy, I'd love to hear your story about, how JK tapes came about and why was there a need in your mind? I mean, let's just say there's a lot of fabricators out there already know about it, but we got a lot of dealers looking at this for the first time saying, what? There's specialty tapes?
Exactly. So it came on back in about late 2013. For years, I've always been working on high-end vehicles, European cars, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche. And I always see this fleece-like material in the cars when you take them apart on the wiring. So I spent a little time, tried to find some, got some samples in, and it was Tessa at the time. And so I started using Tessa. I started selling it. I was a distribution for them. And I did that for a few years. And then I decided to branch off and make my own tape because I wasn't completely excited about everything that they offered. And I thought I could make it better. And so I improved on some things. And I launched JK Tapes in late 2018, and it's been doing well since. And,
so obviously this development of this product was born out of a need, from a fabrication level and an installer level. When did the light bulb go off? Like, what was it that said, no, I need to do something about this?
Like I said, I just always would take apart cars and saw how neat the wiring harness was wrapped and how they use different size 9mm. They use 3/4 in certain areas, and I just love seeing that and being so precise with everything. So I had to find it, and I found it, and we just started using it all the time, and everybody caught on to it. They saw all our posts we were doing, and so we started selling it. We were the first ones to sell Tessa in the industry, and then and like I said, I wanted to improve on it because I thought I could, but I couldn't talk to Tessa about it. They didn't care. And so I took it upon myself to manufacture it.
So it was the quest to get that level of finish and the quest for perfection. Yeah. And somebody that knows a lot about that is Bryan. So of course, Bryan, I'm going to go back to you if you could kindly unmute your mic. In the real world, in the Bay, does tape make that much of a difference?
Oh my gosh! So one of my favorite things is the protection tape. It's that white tape. Maybe Justin or Joff up. So that right there, we use that for all kinds of stuff. It is a protection film. So, it's a huge selling feature. So if you guys got a Porsche 911 and it's in the Bay, what a confidence builder that is going to be on any of the touch surfaces of the paint. We pride ourselves on no cords, no hoses, nothing actually touches the paint. So, it's kind of like you're going to the doctor's office and he's going to sterilize everything. We're doing that for your car. And it's just a huge value proposition to anyone with a high-end vehicle. We also use that to build templates on. We'll put it overlay it on the floor or a door panel and pull a skin off to find bolt holes or geometry to start from scratch from something. I know Jeremy does that, and reverse engineer it or even draw a CAD drawing off of it. So there's a million uses just for that white tape alone, which I think is invaluable. And then, the electrical stuff goes without saying to make it look OE. And then the killer red stuff, the red tape over there is it's awesome. It's permanent. If you want to bond something, acrylic to acrylic or acrylic to any other substrate, that tape right there will not release. It is forever. And, sometimes you want that. Sometimes you don't. But it has a really thin layer. It's clear, double adhesive, awesome stuff. Jeremy could probably talk for an hour on just that tape right there alone. We love it. We use it for our laser applications as well. You can laser right through it. It's badass. So I love it.
Could you expand on that or any other item, Jeremy, with the 2-3 minutes that we have left?
So one of the coolest things about that white protection film that Bryan was just speaking about is, so we have a custom car shop here and we build interiors and hot rods and do very high-end audio systems. So when a customer comes in, the first thing they see is that tape on cars. And if they're serious about it, there's not many shops around here that use it. So they're sold because we're protecting the paint on the car right there. So I always take them in the back. I always show them around. I let them see everything. So that's a really good, this tape is really important to have at a shop if you want to start working on these high-end cars like Porsches and Mercedes and BMW. So that's a really good feature with that. As far as the red tape goes, like Bryan said, it's an acrylic-based tape, so it hardens after about 24 hours, completely hardened, and you cannot get it off. Outside, inside, it doesn't matter. It's weathered. It just has to have two planes that are perfectly flat, and you can bond it together, and it'll never come apart, become permanent.
Amazing. I love that using that type of tape to protect the jobs that you're working on just establishes a certain level of professionalism, right?
Yeah,
which will resonate with your customer immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very, very cool. I'm going to throw it back to you, Justin and Jeff. Anything you'd like to ask Jeremy before I let him go?
I just actually would love to say thank you guys so much for taking the time to be on this. It means a lot to us, and we really appreciate the support from you guys as innovators and just your stature in the industry. So it's very cool of you guys to take the time out to do this with us. We love your products. Everyone who uses your products loves your products. So it's just upward and onward from here. And just looking for the green protection tape from Jeremy next. That's it.
Orange.
Orange.
There you go. You heard it here first. Thank you so much, Jeremy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks guys.
So, Bryan, I'm gonna let you have the last word on this category. These are things that a lot of guys don't think about, but now after watching this, they'd be like, profit, right? Instant gratification, especially on the sound shield side of things. Tools that make your shop look more professional, and legit tools that make your stuff look better than anybody else's. So I'm going to let you close with what message you want for the dealers that are watching this. Nope, you're on mute again. There we go.
I'm trying to be courteous when I'm not on.
Yeah, no worries.
I think that the takeaway should be, look, if you want to take your skill and your professionalism to that next level, the tapes, the sound deadening, all these things they're massively profitable, and the presentation that you put forward on both these products just elevates your game a lot. And I think it's super important to have that establishment. If you bring a client in, they see the cars taken apart, the sound deadening, just that foundational level of both these products, and we're taking care of your car. We're protecting it. We only use the best. We use OE tape that matches the factory. Those are all huge things, and I don't think anyone can dispute that. Why would you do it any other way? Especially in today's thing, we have to present this high value proposition to our clients. We're charging a premium rate, and we only use the best stuff. So this makes total sense. You can make money on it. It builds customer confidence, and I think that it's essential now. It's not even an option. It's essential. So.
And last but not least, to tie this all together, you and the crew have done an incredible job adding value to the brand through association of everything that you guys have accomplished. So thank you so much, Bryan. I know we got a couple more sessions with you. You don't get away yet. We got more to do. But thank you for joining us on this one.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.
All right.
Thanks, Bryan.
What a crew we assembled there. That was pretty neat. I'm going to throw up the numbers real quick. Let's talk about it, Justin. What's going down?
Just same thing. We're going to have the draw code again for Friday for the BB Tech Tracks. We're giving away a ton of points for Sound Shield and JK, like again, dealer's choice. You can use it for Sound Shield or JK's tapes as well, so whatever you want. So make sure you guys log into bbrewards.ca and submit your code before midnight tonight to enter the draw, and check out the promotions on the Facebook page. We got a killer promotion going on with JK tapes
and Sound Shield
right now. So make sure you guys check out the Facebook dealer promotions and get some of this, well worth it inventory, this, mandatory supply, I would say almost nowadays, into your hands, into your bays. Start using it and elevate your game.
Well said, sir. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
Bye.
All right. That was super fun. Love having guys like that on. They bring a wealth of knowledge. Sound Shield, JK tapes, stuff that helps elevate your game. Closing this session out from CMA Industry Week, showcasing, of course, BB Distribution. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.